Hey guys, I'm back at it again. And I bet you're asking yourself, why do I have this 2-gallon crock? Because we're going to make sauerkraut. I'm finally getting around to it. So I've already cleaned this. I have really no place to store it other than my sink that I just cleaned it in, so I know the sink's clean. And it's the bottom. Nothing's going to be on the bottom. Let me get my cutting boards out. We're going to slice this cabbage, okay? So let me get you situated there. Alright, now you aren't going to see me. You're just going to hear me do what I do. And we're just going to have a sit down. We're going to have a talk. I've already washed this cabbage off because, of course, I'm pulling it out of a Ziploc bag. So that means it's already been processed with cleaning and all that other fun stuff. I have garlic. I have to get my carrots out because this is going to be not so traditional, but not boring either. So I'm just going to slice up my cabbage. Slice it real thin. Slice it real thin, just in a rocking motion, just maybe a quarter of an inch over. Don't slice your hands. I'm not Bobby Flay, and I'm definitely not one of those Chinese guys that have all these, knife skills where they can give a muskrat a ball shave, You just want it, okay? Just want it like that. Now with sauerkraut, texture is everything. Too thin, it liquefies. Too thick, it's not pleasurable. You gotta find that sweet spot. You gotta find the honey. Anyway, this is the time that I start doing all my fermenting and my preserving. Summertime, I have the AC up so high that my house is never warm enough. In the wintertime, sometimes it can get a little warmer, but overall, fall is the ideal time to start. Not some of my ferments that need a warmer climate. Like right now, I'm starting my vinegars. This is an ideal temperature for them. My sourdough starters, my Gerties, I'll wait closer to when I have to start heating up the house. Because if I can start heating up the house, then my kitchen will... I have a herb window. It's beautiful. I don't use the damn thing for herbs, but I have other crap in there. It's just, I forgot what I was talking about. It's just not ideal for me to, start my sourdough. I tried. It was so encouraging the first day. By the second day, I was defeated. Tried it again, same thing happened. So I'm not going to try Gertie right now. I'm just going to throw, as I shred, I'm just going to throw my cabbage in the crock here. And then I'm going to get my carrots. We're going to season it how we want it to be seasoned. So, because I'm going to slice some carrots up and put them in there, and that gives a sweetness to that salt and that sour taste, I'm going to have that in there, so it kind of balances it out. Then I'm going to add some red pepper, because I like spicy cabbage. And who are you to tell me what to put in my sauerkraut? I went on the hunt for these crocks, okay? And I was hunting and hunting and hunting. And all I wanted was a 1 gallon or a 2 gallon. And I was blessed enough with two 2 gallons a 5-gallon, a 10-gallon. That bitch is heavy. And I'm like, So I have to use them. One of them, I think that's my 2. No, that's my 1 gallon. I have my spoons and my spatulas and my ladles. I have all my cooking utensils in that one. That one does not see food ever. Let me get the rest of this cabbage. So, yeah, I was blessed with that. I want a freeze dryer, but those are so damn expensive, and I just cannot see anybody getting rid of a freeze dryer if they have it. I don't know. I might be lucky. One day. Let's cut this cabbage this way. I love this knife. Truly, I do. Because of my arthritis, I can hold it differently than another knife, or either the handle's curved. So that feels good too. As I tell you, when they told me I had rheumatoid arthritis, I was like, okay. You know, this explains all these things. Like, for the longest time, I thought it was just carpal tunnel, you know, and it wasn't. It wasn't just carpal tunnel, you know, but it was something that wasn't on my radar, so it just kept getting missed. I didn't know to tell the doctors, hey, check for something autoimmune, because I was always moving around. So when I'm in a flare, which is, I'm flaring now, my trigeminal neuralgia is acting up, my rheumatoid arthritis is acting up. I mean, look at my knuckles right now. They're huge. And my lupus is acting up. You know, I'm totally exhausted. However, I take medicinal marijuana. I eat it. And one of the side effects is I'll get super creative. I'll start thinking of a recipe in my head, and no sooner than I'm thinking it, I'm doing it. Almond flour. I just roasted some almonds one day, made almond flour. Sometimes I take a couple spoonfuls and I make almond butter out of it. Sometimes I sprinkle it on ice cream. Who knows what I'm in the kitchen doing? As soon as I finish starting my sauerkraut, I'm going to go slow, because that's something else that relaxes me. And my flares are due to stress. And lately I've been very stressed out. I have truly I've been stressed out, you know, not one thing, but I can't name a thing. So whatever's stressing me out is doing a damn good job. You know, I just hold the reins though, please. I would like my face to stop zinging. That's how I describe my trigeminal. I zing. Zip. And it's horrible. But I'm on medication for it. So sometimes when I'm zinging real bad, I'll just add a couple more milligrams of carbamazepine to what I'm already taking. I take two 200 milligram tablets, so 400 milligram tablets in the morning. I take 400 milligrams in the at night. And normally that's enough to keep my zings under control. But when I'm flaring and it's bothering me, it's easier for me to just tack on a couple more. But don't tell anybody. But if you knew the pain that is associated with what I'm talking about, then you will understand why, in my mind, tacking on, if I'm already on 4, I will divide one pill up and take another half in the morning and another half at night until after my, I think I missed my neurology appointment. That's another thing. I forget things all the time. I think it's on the 10th, to be honest. But they keep calling me to remind me. And the problem is, if you keep calling me, I start getting truly worried. Because I forget things. I forget to look at my day timer now. Because I have a stupid fucking aneurysm. Alright. Our cabbage is in the crock. Let me get my clove of garlic. I am not big on garlic flavor. I don't want... The only time I want to taste garlic is when I make garlic confit. Okay? And I tell you what, because if you've known me, you know I do not like garlic. I don't like anything about it. But one day I made this garlic chili oil because I wanted to try that because I was on medicinal marijuana and I wanted to see if I could do it. And I slow boiled like garlic cloves, red chili flakes, and some onion. When I finished, the garlic on the outside was like, it's hard to describe. It wasn't crunchy. It wasn't slippery. It had you had to pull it, you know, it wasn't burned. And what was on the inside was just as fucking sweet as a delicious onion ring. The flavor of garlic that I don't like, that really strong, pungent, kicking your ass garlic flavor, I'm not a fan of that. I don't even really want to smell it. And that's why I make my own kimchi. I can control the level of garlic that goes in there. But it's almost like a roasted, it's like a roasted garlic. Okay? But I don't like roasted garlic because it tastes like garlic. This doesn't. After I finished making this oil, you know, I sprinkled what was on a thing. I wanted to see what they were going to taste like, see how I could use these slow boiled in oil, oil boiled garlic, and, you know, maybe make a paste and make my own garlic bread and then just put that in the freezer and pull it out when I'm ready to use it. So I wanted to see what I was dealing with. You know, even if I don't like it, if I'm cooking it, I have to know what I'm dealing with. So, and trust me, when I had COVID, when I couldn't taste and smell, that was really hard. You know, it was really hard. I cook by taste and smell. And I couldn't taste anything when I had COVID. I couldn't smell anything. So it was quite challenging. I had to rely on, okay, this is what I remember. But anyway, I digress. So, garlic I'm not a fan of. I'm not sure what this garlic's gonna do. I do like I don't mind it in the pickles that I buy. You know, the Flossin. It's one of them. It's the one that's not cooked. It's the cold pressed. Well, cold cured. Geez, it's the only pickle we like. Anyway, I can't remember. I'm only gonna do one garlic. Just so we can leach some flavor. We have so many things that we like to do. What about you and you and you? I have 2 cutting boards here. They don't have enough scratches in them yet to stay still. Anyway, let's get our carrots. I told, I don't really want that water in there. We're gonna hang you from the side. We're gonna hang you. These are just the nibbling carrots. All I'm doing is I'm gonna cut them on a bias. Not too thick, not too small. They are not the star the cabbage is, but they do complement. And who doesn't like carrots with salt in the summer or in the winter or any time of the day? I don't like carrots with peanut butter. Some people like that. I didn't get cut on the bias at all, did it? Got lazy. Got absent-minded. I think we're going to do maybe 4 more, and then that'll be it. I'll use the rest for dinner or something tonight. Anyway, I really do hope that I can get my kids to eat this. They don't eat vegetables. They don't eat fruit. They do eat dried fruit. So lately I've been drying like kiwi and mango and peaches and, those things. My mom really liked it too. She came on over and she practically killed the apples. And so my youngest went to go get some snacks, and he's like, "Who ate all the apples?" And I said, "Your granddad." And he said, "That wasn't very nice." And I said, "Well, she liked them. I like them too. Mom, when are you going to dry some more?" So now I want to get to an apple orchard and get some apples, because out of those 12 apples, I did a video on it. It was 12 apples, and I was dehydrating some. I made a jar, like a small pint jar, of apple pie sauce, which was applesauce that had the spices like apple pie, but it was totally sugar-free, and it was an applesauce. And then I made apple pie filling, and I filled one of those quart jars, and that was so good. What I really want to do is learn how to can my apple pie filling. So when I get them at the peak of, freshness, in the fall, and the prime time for those apples, then I can, make all of those things, can it, because the idea is there. Because I don't know, I think what I wanted to do was apple butter. I didn't end up making apple butter. I made apple sauce because I don't really feel like sitting there basically to make apple butter. But anyway, my mom ate them all. So what I'm going to try next for them is an apple pie granola. Okay? And this apple pie granola is going to have the dried apples, of course. It's going to have the butterscotch or maybe peanut butter chips. Now, if you like apples and peanut butter, you know that it tastes like caramel apple. It really does, but it's not caramel apple. It's apple and peanut butter, and that combination is a really good combo. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to make this caramel apple granola. And so it's going to have the peanut butter chips, the apples that I dried. I'm going to get some local honey and cluster some oatmeal together with some peanuts that I buy raw that I'm going to roast in like a raw sugar, so that they're kind of candied to go into this. So that would be like pretty much the only sugar and the peanut butter chips that's in there. Okay, so now, I don't know, some people do try the things that I do. I'm going to add in, I only put like 1 head of cabbage and like maybe 1 carrot. Do not go hog wild. I have here probably 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of canning and pickling salt. The reason I'm choosing canning and pickling salt, the result is clearer. The juices aren't so muddied. Okay? So then I'm just gonna muddle with my rolling pin. I'm gonna muddle to kind of incorporate that salt and get these juices flowing. Canning and pickling salt is a lot finer than table salt. That is why I'm only doing 1 tablespoon. I suspect if you were using table salt, you would probably need 2. If you were using coarse kosher salt, maybe 3. You know, the big granules. No. Don't listen to me. If you're using table salt, 2 tablespoons. If you're using kosher salt, 2 tablespoons. Canning salt, 1 tablespoon. Because that's it, baby. I gotta tell you, spookiest thing. So, I'm at the... where was I? I was at a thrifting. I was thrifting. We were at Goodwill. Because I was looking for some vintage cast aluminum. And so, I'm passing by the electronics. I have to go buy like the bread machines, the ice cream makers, and the kitchenware electronics like that to get to where I wanted to go. And I'm still perusing. I'm looking. I love thrifting. I truly do. I like trying to make I like trying to make something out of nothing. If you've thrown it away, I want to be able to challenge myself to put it to use somehow, some way. But I am in love with all things vintage and all things antique. I really was born in the wrong time, place, but maybe the right time, place, because my mouth and my skin color, no, I don't handle pain well. I don't. But anyway, I digress. So I'm like looking. Nobody touched this thing. I didn't touch this. But this tape recorder case just slowly opened up. I'm like freaking out. Nobody touched it. I was the only person in the aisle. I closed that bitch and I kept walking. I need to find my chili pepper flakes. Oh, I recently did my things how I wanted them. Excuse the rest. I'm still in the process of like trying to find what I'm looking for. So, yeah, I recently did that. I think, I don't know if I want to do red pepper. Ah! My rosemary. I don't know if I want to do red pepper or gochugaron. I find that gochugaru, I gotta look at it. I can't remember. Give me a second. Oh yeah, where are you at? Yes, I'm in the process. Gochugaru. I find it not as spicy. And it's a Korean red pepper flake. It's what I'm actually going to use when I get ready to make kimchi. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. This damn thing. Now I gotta adjust it. You know, Eric keeps telling me, he's like, yeah, you're saying you're not gonna make videos, and yet you keep pulling these videos out of your ass. That is true. But I'm on my phone. So I think I am gonna use a tablespoon of gochugaru. That's gonna give it a, oh, that smells so good. I'm gonna muddle it again. I'm gonna get that salt all worked in. If I were smart, before I had put the gochugaru in, I would have, you know, pulled what was on top to the bottom. I think I'm gonna add another tablespoon of salt. Let's see. I'm not even joking. That's so damn good. But I don't know if you're staying on my thing long enough. Because that's my rolling pin, because my children lost my other rolling pin, I only have one. But I don't want that savory, and it's so, oh, it's just lightly salted enough and just spicy enough. And when the carrot starts to leach, it's going to do its thing. We're going to muddle it one more time. There we go. I'll put a plate over it. And we'll see where it is in about an hour. For me, you won't be on this video because I don't know how to edit. Because this one's about to end anyway. We've been together for almost half an hour. I think it's time we get a divorce. Yeah, I gotta leave you. I'm not that interested in watching anyone. But maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I just boast so. Oh God, I got salt in my eyes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was gonna go on the video too. The fact that I got salt in my eyes. I was pushing the air out. And because I wasn't expecting the salt to hit me in the eye, it was pointed towards me. Lesson learned. I do a lot of stupid shit to myself. Lots and lots and lots. Alright, I gotta clean my station up. I'm gonna let you go. What do you got planned this fall? Are you gonna can? Are you not gonna can? Oh, do you want to see the... Oh, I can't let you go without seeing how these vinegars are developing. So if you've got a couple more minutes to spare, we'll have a look at our vinegars. Now, I started a couple more. What I started, actually, the other day, I put on my YouTube channel. I mean, not my YouTube. You are my YouTube channel. I put on my Facebook. So I'm going to show you what we did. And then I'm going to show you what I did the day before yesterday, or maybe yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. We're on day 3. I have to find a plastic spoon of sorts. Okay, now vinegar, to become vinegar, has to go through two different ferments. It has to become an alcohol first. Okay, remember that. It's going to eat up the sugars, and this is a wild yeast. That's why it's open. So we didn't have to add any yeast. We're creating our own yeast from our own environment. Okay, so even every time that you do this, whatever bacteria, well, not necessarily bacteria, but whatever this needs to feed off of, which I guess would be bacteria, but the good ones, it's going to taste different, slightly different. You know, if you smoke, I don't know how that's going to taste. But, so this is our apple cider vinegar. I have already stirred it, but you can't stir it enough. Just look at that. Now, I have tasted this. We are becoming alcohol. This is it tastes like a wine cooler. And I mean, it is sparkly because of the natural effervescence. It's delicious. This, I mean, we're at hard apple now. And yeah, I'm really digging that apple wine cooler flavor. Because I've had hard apple cider. You know, this is delicious. You know, naturally just delicious. This one's doing great. Look at all those bubbles. I really want to taste it. Okay, I want to taste it. Yeah. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink anymore, so this is like a treat for me. Oh my God. That is so good. I should probably figure out how the people make wine coolers. I mean, wine is a ferment. But how do they stop it from fermenting further is the question. Okay, so those are our apples. Then I had the idea, you know, because I did the research on YouTube, and they did it, to try some oranges. So here are some clementines that, again, started the same way. Distilled water, vinegar, distilled water, sugar, and the fruit that I was using. This one, I would make a sunflower seed kind of dressing out of. You know, summery. Okay, and you can't. Citrus is it's a summer fruit. You know, that's when oranges and lemons are their juiciest. The limes are their juiciest. Here's another one of those mandarin oranges. I think they're called clementines. It's the cuties. Mandarin. I don't know. Okay, so I started this one. I can hear it. I can see it. I want to taste it, but I'm not. Right now, it's still kind of like juice. Weak juice. Here's the most interesting. Now, don't get turned off. Raisin. So we did raisin. I saw a guy, he did raisin. I said, I'm going to try raisin. Who doesn't have raisins in their house, right? And he didn't say what he used his for. But when I thought raisin, I'm thinking a raisin walnut. You know, raisins are sweet. And when you do raisin walnut, you can make not so sweet and put like other herbs with it. And I'm thinking maybe ginger. Ginger is very delicious, but you need something sweet to carry it sometimes. So ginger, and make some kind of Asian marinade out of this. When I smell it, this one smells like raisin water. But these, and don't worry, you're going to be along on that journey when we get ready to create. I won't just leave you behind. These smell so good, like the oranges. Oh my gosh. This one smells like it's fermenting a little bit faster. Like I get a little bit slightly alcoholic smell. Just like I get a slight alcoholic smell from this. This smells like a wine cooler. Our apple vinegar. Can't call it apple cider. We didn't start with cider. I saw another person do a YouTube thing, and she said the same thing. You can't call it apple cider. It did not start with an apple. This was after I had already done my research in my fermentation book. Everything that I ferment, I look up in here. I look up on a fermentation book that I have on my Audible that I printed out. My husband, yeah, sometimes they hate me. But anyway, it's been 36 minutes, guys. It's been wonderful. I'm going to let you go. Bye.